Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a first impression on the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. So it's just this stick foundation right here. I've been wanting to try this for a really long time. It's not new, it didn't just come out. It's been around for about a year or so, but I've been wanting to get my hands on it for the longest time. Finally did, and I'm going to sit down and put it on my face for the first time with you guys and let you know what I think. So if you're interested to see that, then please keep on watching. So this is the stick foundation packaging right here. It just comes in this little standard Tarte packaging. This is what the tape comes in as well. I really like the packaging. I feel like it's really sleek. It's kind of like a matte kind of bullet. It is a lot thinner than I was expecting, and it has this little bamboo thing here. I don't know if this represents each shade and it's different for each shade, but I'm guessing that would make a lot more sense. You just pop the lid open like this and the product twists out like this. I picked up the shade Suntan because that's what I use in all the other Tarte foundations, and it seems to work for me. So if you guys want to jump straight to the demo, I'll put a little timestamp somewhere up here, but first I'm just going to talk a little bit about the product and yeah, what it claims online. So just pulling up the website, it says the Amazonian Clay Foundation Stick is like a nutrition bar for your skin. The full coverage powder to liquid formula melts into skin while micro-encapsulated powders burst with your body heat to keep you shine and cake free. That sounds amazing, and honestly it's kind of exactly what I would want in a foundation. The part where it says full coverage, I'm not too sure. I mean, you can check it out with me in the little demo next, but I didn't feel like it was full coverage. Honestly, I felt like it was very sheer upon first application. You can build it up to get a little bit more coverage out of it. It's a vegan formula, features antioxidants, vitamin C, E, and Amazonian clay, total skin balancing powerhouse. It sounds amazing, honestly. Hydrates or mattifies depending on your skin type. Oh, that's probably why I felt like it was a little bit more hydrating for my skin, because I do have a lot more dry skin. I guess if you had extremely oily skin, this would be a nice kind of mattifying situation. I don't know. For me personally, I thought it was quite hydrating. Yeah, how much product is actually in here? 0.32 ounces in here. How much ml is that? 9.4 ml. That can't be right, because I know standard foundations have like 30 ml. So is this a lot less than a regular foundation? I guess so. I mean, it is pretty tiny. I'm gonna move into the demo right now, and then I'll come back and tell you guys what I think of it overall as a foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by priming my face with the Mercier foundation primer. I forgot how much I used to love this primer. It feels really nice on the skin. So this is the foundation stick itself. It has a little bamboo thing up here, which I think is quite cute. And again, I got the shade Suntan. So let's just go ahead and apply this. So I think I'm just gonna do, oh, that's really smooth. It's really creamy. I thought it would be a bit harder, but it's definitely super creamy. So I'm just gonna do 3 on my cheeks, 1 on my forehead, and maybe just like that. That applied really smoothly compared to the Makeup Forever stick foundation that I used to use a year or so ago. This is a lot creamier, I think, or I just forgot how that Makeup Forever one applied. So as usual, to figure out which application style I like best, I'm going to do one half with a brush and the other half with a beauty blender. So I'm just going to go in and buff in this side with a brush first. The coverage isn't actually that good. Even with the brush, which usually maintains coverage a little bit more, it's shearing out quite a lot. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, it's not very much coverage. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more of like a sheer kind of situation. I don't know. Oh, I had pretty high hopes for this, but the coverage isn't the greatest. Let me read. Does it actually say anything on this package? I'll probably check on that in a bit, but yeah, it's definitely very sheer. You can still see my discoloration and stuff peeping through there, and like definitely under my eyes, which I didn't really put too much there, but I'm assuming it's gonna be a lot more sheer with the beauty blender, but let's just go ahead. I mean, sometimes for like daily, I do want a little bit less coverage and I want it to be a little bit more natural, so I guess this would be good for like daily kind of foundation wear. So that's both sides with just one layer of the foundation. I'm going to go ahead and put another layer on just where I need it, which is kind of everywhere because it did barely anything. but it is really creamy and it feels really good on the skin. I'm just going to go ahead and buff that in with the brush because I want to maintain as much coverage as I can. Yeah, it builds up really nicely. Now I'm seeing a little bit more coverage. So yeah, that's how it's looking with 2 layers on, the second time buffed in with just the brush. I'm kind of happy with it. I do really like it. It's definitely a lot less coverage than I was expecting. It does sheer out quite intensely, but I mean, I would recommend this for a little bit more of a daily kind of vibe. Before I can fully judge this entire foundation, I'm going to go ahead and put on some concealer. I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. I have the shade Suntan, which is, it's not very brightening, so I'm going to mix it with a little bit of light medium honey. I feel like a little bit of this really goes a long way. Every time I use this concealer, I fall like more and more in love with it. The coverage is incredible. So the concealer does blend really nicely on top of that foundation. I feel like it's pretty obvious that all the coverage is under my eyes that's coming from the concealer and not so much on the rest of my skin with the foundation. But that's alright. I guess for more daily situations, I wouldn't use such a full coverage concealer, especially if I'm going for more of a natural foundation. But it's nice to know that you can, you know? Because it blends really nicely on top of it. Like it doesn't separate or anything like that. So yeah, that's how the foundation and concealer is looking together. I'm actually just going to pop a little bit more of the foundation on just to see if I can actually build it up to as high a coverage as the concealer. So I would say this is like the 3rd layer, yeah, and it builds up quite nicely, I've noticed. So from like the 1st to 2nd to 3rd layer, it builds up really nicely, so I guess it's pretty customizable. The foundation itself isn't too tacky, like it's not too sticky, but I would definitely still set it with a powder just because I like to really lock it in. I'm going to go ahead and bake under my eyes and set the rest of my face with a little bit of the Ben Nye banana powder. So this is just the foundation with concealer all set in with powder. Honestly, my skin looks quite nice, but in a natural kind of way. Like you can definitely still see my discoloration and stuff in that area. But I mean, that's completely fine. But yeah, so I'm going to go finish up the rest of my face and I will come back and show you guys how it looks with everything done and like how bronzers and stuff blended on top of it. So I am back and I've just finished up the rest of my face. It has been about an hour and honestly I feel like it looks better than when I first applied it. That's kind of how it is with most foundations. Like it takes a couple of minutes or like an hour to really settle into your skin and like become one with your skin, you know? This foundation is definitely one of those. It hasn't started to crease or like settle into any of my fine lines yet, which I mean, I would hope not, seeing it's only been like an hour. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I do really like it. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Except for the fact that it was quite sheer, but upon thinking about that, I feel like it would be a lot better for daily because I don't actually want intense full coverage on a daily basis. So this is probably my new go-to daily foundation. For my skin personally, it was a little bit more hydrating and it felt nice and creamy on the skin, but not to the point where you feel like it's going to slip and slide all over the place. It is quite tiny, so I'm not sure how long it would actually last if you use it every single day. I didn't have any troubles blending my bronzer or like anything else on top of that. If anything, I did feel like it went on a little bit smoother, but that just could be because I'm having a better skin day than usual. I don't know. But yeah, overall I really do like this foundation. I'll probably update you guys in the description down below of how it wore out throughout the day, if there was anything horrible or like any intense like craziness that happened to my skin. That's pretty much all I have to say right now about this foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful or enjoyable and I will see you next time. Bye. That was a really awkward hand wave. Sorry.